The Reserve Bank Governor Michele Bullock will provide her reaction to the federal budget next Tuesday when the RBA announces its April cash rate decision. Joining me now is our business reporter, Edward Boyd. Ed, the budget contains billions of dollars in additional spending. The Treasurer is trying to offset the energy bill relief as well.
Yeah, so we've got all this extra money being pumped into the economy. Remember, Governor Michele Bullock has spoken a few times about the record levels of government spending. RBA Governor Michele Bullock's mentioned it in her press conferences last year and a few times, and earlier this year as well, basically saying extra spending in our economy is inflationary at a time where we're trying to get inflation down. It obviously peaked a couple of years ago and is on the right track. So in the budget today, or last night, sorry, we saw the extension of the energy bill relief. You can see here, this is a chart from Macquarie Bank. Now, the RBA's forecast is that solid sort of black line. You can see it goes up here. Inflation increases. However, with the new energy bill rebate, the grey line underneath that is what's going to happen to inflation thanks to this energy bill relief that's going to be extended from the 1st of July this year. So you can sort of see how the energy bill relief will reduce inflation over the next few months. And this is one of the things that Jim Chalmers is hoping is going to keep inflation low and encourage the Reserve Bank to cut interest rates. So we've got the cash rate decision coming up just next week. We've got Governor Bullock will obviously speak at 3:30. They're not expected to cut rates next week, but there are a few economists that do have 2 cash rates cuts coming for the rest of this year, potentially in the second half of this year. We heard from Paul Bloxham yesterday. He thinks we're going to get at least 1 cut in the later half of this year. Hopefully they come a bit earlier than that, Laura.
Yeah, hopefully. A lot of mortgage holders will be hoping so. And the monthly inflation numbers for February will also be released this morning. Headline inflation expected to remain pretty stable at 2.5%. The budget reflects that as well.
The budget reflects that as well. So the Treasury forecasts sort of were updated overnight, obviously, in the budget, and they show that too. But the monthly inflation indicator, it's not the most accurate reading of inflation in our economy. It's been 2.5% in January. We're expecting to see it in Feb this morning at 2.5% as well. That's obviously within the target band for the Reserve Bank, but there's also the other number that we get, which is the trim mean. Last month it was 2.8, which is within the RBA's target band of 2% to 3%. We should get the trim mean this morning at 11:30. This is the ASX 200, basically the stock market reaction to the federal budget last night, along with some things that happened on Wall Street. Wall Street stocks picked up again. Tesla did well again last night, so that's helped our market today. But you can see here, we're about to crack 8,000 points. Haven't been through that barrier since mid-February when the market reached an all-time record high, and then there was a massive sell-off. For the past sort of month and a bit, it's been a tough month for the stock market, but it's now almost back to 8,000 points, and it's hopefully going to get back to 8,500 in the next few weeks.
All right. What does that show us, Ed? That investors, the market doesn't really care about the budget too much? It's looking elsewhere?
It's looking elsewhere. Investors are really looking at the big macro trends that are affecting the world economy and geopolitics. The big date coming up. We've obviously got the RBA cash rate decision on the 1st of April. 2nd of April, or 3rd Australia time, is when the new tranche of Trump's tariffs come into effect, and investors are nervously awaiting those. That's going to have more of an impact on our stock market than the federal budget that was released yesterday.
Ed, thanks so much. We'll see you soon.